Cold just like hot. Cold just like hot. Cold just like hot. Cold just like hot. You need to stay off Tatooine if you can.
Hey, what's up everyone, from Release here, back here with another episode of Building Hoth Week 46. And guys, before we get into the update, I do want to quickly apologize for the lack of consistency of the episodes. I know there wasn't an episode last week. I meant to, but the past few weeks have been busy with work and school. And as you can see, I'm not by myself today. So I had to kind of prepare for some people coming over and staying with us. And I don't know, it's been very hectic and I just haven't had the most amount of time recording and all. So I do want to quickly apologize, but don't worry. That does not mean I didn't do nothing on Hoth in the past week.
Just something.
Yeah, I did a lot of things. But before we get into that, I do want to welcome Aiden to this week's episode. He and his brother and Braden came down. They actually came down for his birthday, which is actually today, and I forgot to say happy birthday.
Yeah.
Happy birthday. He came down for his birthday as well as to see Endgame. We actually just saw Endgame the other night, and no, we ain't gonna spoil nothing.
I would say it's good.
It's wonderful.
Terrible.
So they came down to visit, so we had to get everything ready. But yeah, so he's actually leaving today, but I wanted him to join in this week's episode because why not? And it's actually been a while since he's been down here. The last time he was actually in my house was
Infinity War.
Yeah, Infinity War last year, and it was the third update of Hoth.
Really?
Yeah.
Third update?
Third episode of Hoth.
Wow.
I'll leave a link to the video that you were in. It was like the very beginning of the channel, and not channel, but beginning of the build series, and you're going from that to this. Now, quickly, there was a lot done, and I'm going to explain what's going on with the mock. I did have to make a huge decision. Originally, I was going to wait till this week's update to ask you guys what you think, but I went ahead and decided on this. I spoke to a few people and a few friends, and they agreed, and I'll get more in depth about this in just a little bit. But I was able to accomplish a lot of my goals. I was able to build the Snowspeeders. I still have 2 to build. The only reason I wasn't able to do those is because of the fact that I miscalculated on like 3 different parts, and I only ordered enough for 2 Snowspeeders, and so there's like 3 pieces that I was missing like extra of. So I was like, okay, I gotta reorder these real quick. But they're actually they're actually right there. So I'm definitely gonna have them built by next week's episode. As well as we got the door finished. Originally, I was just gonna prototype it, figure it out, but I actually quite like it how it looks. Other than that, we got the mountain again larger. We got that finished. We have a bunch of other stuff, as well as a very special thing to me, which I was originally wanting to do like months ago, and it hasn't really grown on anything, which is lights. I'm excited to show you guys what I did with the lights, as well as real quick. This came in yesterday. A order, as you guys know, I did that video the other day. Well, 2 orders came in yesterday, and one of them was actually the parts to finish out the terrain, I guess, outside the mountain. So that's even done too. So we're actually finishing up a lot of things, and I'm excited to show you guys this week's progress. So let's get right into today's episode. Okay, guys, so like always, I show you guys the overview of the mock, and as you can see, there's a lot of changes. First of all, you can notice there is no base plate right there, or 4 base plates to be exact, as well as there's the white border right there. So, quickly, I want to point out that, yeah, the back row, I decided to take off of the mock. Now, before you guys leave or wondering, why are you cutting Echo Base short? Because of the reason that Chicago's in about a month, maybe a little over a month. It's June 16th, and currently it is April 28th. So there's just a little amount of time left, and realizing everything that I still need to get done. I still need to finish the mountains, of course. Then I, of course, need to build the second walker's body. And there's just all these other things, and you may think, oh, well, that's pretty simple. Not when you think about, oh, I need to get these orders in. I have to wait till I have enough money to actually be able to spend on Lego. You gotta have all the time spent on the package delivery. It takes time. You gotta think about these things, and getting all that done, and the mountain, as well as all this, and really on those base plates that were on the front, all that was on it was pretty much just those white bricks. And I was just thinking to myself, as well as the I guess little lines that went like that. I just realized, I'm like, there's not enough time. I was having a predicament. I was just thinking, what am I going to do? What am I going to do? So I went ahead and asked a few of my friends. I asked people in the Empire Log. I just went around asking what they thought, and a lot of people were agreeing that just cut this off. It's not going to matter. The mock's still going to look amazing, just like this. And honestly, I agree. Even if this is just all it is, well, including, of course, those guys right there, this is still amazing. Like, I really love how it's coming along. Minus, of course, that's going to be covered like the colorful bricks. But I did want to quickly point that out. Originally, I was going to wait till this week's episode to ask you guys what you thought, but I ended up realizing I just wanted to get this done. There's a lot of really cool things that I got done that I wouldn't have been able to do if I waited. So, getting on, going further on the topic of what got done. As you can see, we got 2 brand new Snowspeeders, and I really love them. They're, of course, the Larry Lars one. That's the original. Those are the 2 new ones. We still have 2 more to build, as well as this is pretty much what everything's looking like for Echo Base at the moment. I don't mind Iron Man and Thanos in the mock. Aiden's, just enjoying himself. But quickly, I want to ask Aiden, what do you think of the mock?
It's terrible.
It's terrible?
Just kidding.
It's terrible.
Thank you.
Thank you.
It's really cool.
Because, like we said in the intro, honestly, he has not seen Hoth since...
The last time I saw it was just little plain base plates.
Oh, yeah. It was literally us starting working on this.
That was it. It was just a gray base plate at the very bottom.
Yeah, again, I'll go back and leave the video that he was in the description. It was like one of the really old episodes of Hoth, and coming from that to this is just...
It was when Braden was cringy still.
Yeah. But real quick, I'm going to come over to this side real quick so I can show you that, like I said, train is done. It's completely all tiled and plated over. It's done. As you can see, I did a little continuation of the trench. Originally, I thought I could just cut it off or continue going out this way. But I like the idea that, having a doorway right there, it just looks nice. Yeah, so that's, train's done. I no longer have to buy tiles or 1x2 plates, which is kind of sad because I still have like 200 1x2 plates not in use. So I'm going to have to figure out a way to use those. Yeah, also, this is how the mountain is looking. I really like how it's coming along. It looks pretty cool. Of course, it still needs, get up to here. But even so, this just looks really cool in my opinion. As you can see right there, there's some wires, and I'll show you guys what that's for in just a moment. So, one real quick thing, of course, before we move on to the area right there, these are the doors. I went back and looked at what the doors looked like in concept, as well as what it looked like in the movie, and I really liked the look of it. And of course, you had the teeth facing outward and then connecting, but you've also got these like stick out pieces or whatever. And so
I didn't notice those.
Yeah, there's grooves facing outward, or I guess facing inward. And I was like, okay, I gotta figure out how to do this. And I really like how they came out. Of course, the doors aren't gonna be too open, I guess you could say, because of the fact that during the battle, the doors are open, so there's no need for it to be longer or need to be closed or mobile. So I want to quickly point out, no, these are stagnant, so I don't think that's a big deal. Most of you said it was fine with a stagnant door. And real quick before we get on to that really nice Hoth chamber, we have this kind of work in progress. I actually just started working on this the other day, and I didn't get too far ahead of it. But you've got Darth Vader walking through the hallway with his troops. I do want to have some of these really cool scenes in the mock that showcased from the movie, and this one's just a really cool one with Darth Vader and his troops following behind.
The yellow guy.
And the yellow guy right there. But you've got a stagnant door right here. Because I want to put something right here. I'm not going to say what it's going to be. But I want something to be here, but I didn't want it, poking out through that door. So this is still work in progress. It's not going to take that long. It's just I didn't have too much time to work on it. Moving over this way, you've got this little area right here with the troops, little pads, or grates, I guess you could say, as well as those homemade, or I guess, mock crates that I built. Right here, I really like how this came out. This is the medical chamber. Again, it was going to be originally larger when I had, this extra base plate. It was actually supposed to be like that large. I ended up deciding, since that was going to happen, I was like, so am I going to be able to put a medical chamber in here? And I was putting together everything, and I realized I didn't like the plain wall right there. I was like, I want to do something right here. I want to put the medical chamber. So I went ahead. I dismantled the Lego set right there. That's why you got some of like the printed stuff, as well as some of the parts that you can see. And I kind of just worked around, and I really like how the medical chamber looks. I know it's not too insanely detailed or whatever, but it's still got some of those key effects. You got the back to tank, you got that little resting area right there. At the moment, you've got the two medical droids in the room, as well as that little large medical droid right there. Then you have a pilot who's just got checked out or I guess is checking out with a medical droid. And then you can kind of see a floating thing right there, but I ain't gonna get into that. And yeah, that's pretty much it for the actual builds, except for these little things, which I'll show what their purpose is in just a moment. So, but yeah, I really like how that medical chamber came out. I was quite happy. Again, it's just going to continue building up. I'm debating whether I want to put another room on top of this. That way it's not this just continuing upward with a large corridor of white. I'm thinking about putting like a control room on top of this. I'm not sure. I'm still trying to figure it out. I also need to figure out how I'm going to, put the bricks right here. But good news is I did get, like I mentioned, I got a few orders, and one order specifically was literally just filler. So hopefully in the next week, like a lot of this mountain's going to be worked on. So that's pretty much it for everything that was built. Now comes the more interesting part that you guys are probably going to like, and are going to be interested in. And like I mentioned in the beginning, lights. So months ago, I ordered that starter kit, as well as a few other lights from Brick Stuff. They have some great lights, and after I got them, I was just really excited to use them. I was like, man, I gotta use them. I gotta find a way to incorporate them in the mock, and it just never really happened. I was like, where do I put this? I've only got one battery box. Do I spend another amount of money on? So basically, I was just trying to figure out what I wanted to do with the lights, because I didn't want to buy the lights and not use them. So for the longest time, I couldn't figure out something. But this past week, I've been in a really good mood. Again, I was in somewhat of a rut when trying to figure this out, because I was kind of stressed out if I was going to get the mock done. So I was kind of in a rut, and after I figured everything out, I was kind of in a better mood. I was happy, I was excited, and I just kind of went out on a building spree, hence all the progress. But quickly, as you can see, everything looks all right, and I think I did a pretty dang good job hiding these. So, taking this off, you can see a battery box right there, and you can see a wire right there. What is difficult is these are connected. These are supposed to be I guess, not connected. That way they're module. But they are somewhat connected because of this wire right there. So, without ado, let's turn on those lights. And there you go. You got the lights in the mock. Probably my favorite area is right there. Now, I want to quickly point out that I know there isn't too many lights, but I'm trying to figure out like where lights could be. I definitely wanted these lights right here, kind of shining from both ends, and because that is a part of Echo Base, you've got these lights facing inward for the vehicles. If we were going to continue this, there'd be probably two more, or not two more, four more. One right there, one right there. So I'm happy how those came out. Funny note, these are actually not like on a regular angle. These are on a regular stud. These are actually angled this way. That was interesting because, as you can see, they're somewhat slanted inward. So that was fun to do. Then, of course, you have these lights in the hallway, which I actually really like. And I don't know, I think it's pretty cool. I'd like to put something behind here. Kind of not getting in the way of the mountain, but, have something pretty cool, just, chilling in that area. And then, of course, you've got the lights in the medical room, or medical chamber, I guess you could say. And I definitely, after realizing I wanted the lights, I definitely wanted to put one in the back to tank, and I really like how that looks. And originally I wasn't going to put that red light one in, but I was working in this, and I deconstructed that back to tank set, and I had like some of these different colored translucent pieces. So I was like, actually I want like a red one shining, and I actually really like how that looks. I like how it bounces off the white, and I don't know, I really like it. I'm going to turn off the lights, and that way you guys can see what the mock looks like in the dark with just the lights, and then I'm going to get Aiden's opinion on the lights. Okay, guys, so I want to quickly point out that I know it's not... Okay, guys, so I know it's not completely dark in here. It's actually still daylight right now, but even so, I turned off all the lights in my room, and you can definitely tell a little bit of a difference. It's even cooler at night. Trust me, when I got these lights done at night, I turned off all the lights, and I just had this, writing in my room, and it was just perfect. And again, I know it's not that many lights. If I end up thinking I need more lights, I'll go ahead and buy more from Brick Stuff. And I don't know, I'm really happy with how this looks. Since this is going to be all that's left of the mock, it's I don't need too many more lights. Again, if I do a control room, I probably might put some lights in there, as well as the little area where Thanos is at the moment. I might put one in that certain Easter egg or cameo, I guess you could say. But quickly before we head out, Aiden, what do you think of the lights in the mock?
I think they're pretty cool. I think it'd be cool if that red light over there, if it was like blinking.
That's what Ethan said.
Really?
Yeah. I know Brick Stuff does have a blinking set, or a blinking I guess controller or whatever, that you can set it to like a faster blinking or a slower blink. Yeah. It's a really cool thing, and I've looked into getting it, and I don't know, what would you guys think? Should I get the blinking control for the Brick Stuff lights? And I do want to quickly point out that this actually looks really cool, or much cooler in person with the lights. I know the lights kind of glare on the video, but even so, it still looks pretty amazing.
Like all the lights look cool, but I think it's really cool if the red light was blinking.
Yeah.
Or had some kind of effect to it.
Okay. I'll definitely look into it. Again, quickly, since this is all that's left, the mock's going to get done way faster. Now I know, and I'll get into this more in depth at the end. I know quickly that you're probably thinking, oh, you just cut that off to other than, not time, you're cutting it off so you can get done with this mock faster. That's somewhat to that, but my main goal was this mock wasn't the Echo Base, it was the battle, and I already accomplished the battle, so this is kind of just extra. And now that this is all that's left, I do believe this is going to get done in time. And with the extra time and money, I can add a few extra stuff to put in this. So that's pretty much it for the lights. I'm going to turn them off and get right into today's outro. Okay, so that was today's episode. What did you guys think? I do want to quickly thank you for Aiden and Drake, because he's recording us actually, for joining on today's episode. Braden was going to join, but I think he's still sleeping.
No, he's awake, I think.
I have no idea. We've been having a fun time this weekend. Like I mentioned in the beginning, they came down to visit for Endgame and his birthday. And we had a fun time. Sadly, he's leaving today. And we're still going to hang out. We're going to try to make it the best. We're going to try and hang out a little bit more before they leave. But I want to thank them for joining. I thought it was pretty cool getting Aiden's thoughts on the mock. I actually had that idea of as a kind of micro series, is getting the reaction of the mock with other friends. So I'm thinking about doing that, like after the mock's done, have like a friend come over, record their reaction, get their opinions on it. I don't know. I thought that was a pretty cool idea. I don't know. What do you guys think? Yeah, what do you guys think of all the progress that went done in this episode? I know there was a lot to take in. I do want to quickly say that, yeah, I am sad that we had to take the 4 base plates off. But, honestly, I think it was for the best. I'm actually more happy that, this is all the mock is going to be, because of the fact that, I know I can get it done for Chicago. Because that was one of the main reasons building us, is to take it to a convention. So, I am excited for Hoth to continue. Honestly, we're getting really close to the finale. And before, if we had the 4 base plates, I think it would have still been like a couple 10 episodes or so.
Yeah.
Now it's looking like less than that.
Really, the main part how to build is the mountain.
Yeah, because the walker is going to be pretty simple, because all the parts, there's instructions for it. So, but yeah, that's pretty much it. If you enjoyed, definitely smash that like button. As well as if you're new to this channel, definitely subscribe. We just hit 300. I think we're at 310. I want to thank you guys for that. And I hope that my goal for the end of the year is 500. And hopefully we can hit it. And that's all I have to say. Hope you all enjoyed, and I'll see you guys in the next episode of Building Hoth.